Good morning. My name is Kathleen Pate, and this is my Alabama farm life. And I think it has finally stopped raining. The first thing that I'm going to do this morning is walk the property and make sure everything is okay. It's really wet out here, and I see a few trees that are bent over, but otherwise, everything looks good back here. It is really wet out here, so there's only so many places that I can go before I start sinking into the mud. So a lot of the video or pictures that I'm going to put up are going to be from a distance. The tomatoes are almost ready to pick. And I went down and I looked at all the seeds that I put down the other day, and I have some sunflowers coming up. Our beans and peas are growing rapidly. And look at these watermelon seeds that I put out. It seems like just about everything that I planted is breaking the ground. That's either okra or peas. Again, here's some more watermelon. I know I have cantaloupe out there, along with the okra and the garbanzo beans. This is just awesome. I can't wait. I'm going to go ahead and put down the camera for a little while, pick up my weed eater, and get some weed eating done. With all this rain, the grass is growing like crazy. However, there's rain coming. So that rain passed, so I grabbed my weed eater and I got back out here again. I was trying to get all the tall grass, seeded grass, everything chopped down, only it's gonna rain again. Good morning. The sun is out. The forecast says 0 rain and full sunshine, and it's supposed to get into the 90s today. I'm going to try to get a lot of work done and maybe even harvest some tomatoes today. With the rain comes a lot of mushrooms. I've been working on and off all day, trying to get some weed eating done. I was hoping I could mow, but as you can hear and see, it's barely 2 o'clock, and that's not going to happen today. I am amazed at how many different mushrooms I have found growing in the yard this week. All right, I'm pretty sure the rain is done. Now it's time to get to work. And today I'm going to start on my greenhouse garden. I'm still working hard on getting my greenhouse cleaned out. I still have some flowers. Actually, I have a bunch of flowers in there that I need to get into the ground. But first, I need to go ahead and pull a few weeds. I have pulled the fencing back, and I've already taken my weed eater and gone around the whole perimeter, cutting down everything. And now I need to get in here and pull up the grass. I've added my nasturtiums, my zinnias, some mullein, and also a bunch of marigolds out here, and hopefully they'll thrive, but we shall see. My chickens are so curious. They've come down into their little field to see what I'm up to. But I forgot to show you my tomatoes. These are my little Siberian tomatoes that I have planted here in my greenhouse garden, and they're coming up really nicely. The forecast for the next several days says no rain. So I'm going to put my camera down again, and I'm going to get some mowing done, and I have a lot of weed eating to do. While I was mowing my vineyard area, I noticed that we had some damage to our older pear trees here in the back. But that was after I noticed that there was a lot of fruit on the trees. However, as I looked a little closer, I spotted some critters on the pears. I'm going to have to be really careful picking these pears, but back to the tree. This limb is down. It's a pretty big limb, so I'm going to have to get back there and pull it out. I have been working on this video all week. It started with rain and it's going to end with rain. But today is going to be a really busy day for me. I'm going to finish up all the things that I have not accomplished this week. One of those is getting some of my tomatoes staked up. And then I'm going to finish getting everything out of my greenhouse and out into the garden this afternoon. The garden is still really wet. I can't get the lawnmower down here to cut down some of this high stuff, so I've been using my weed eater. As you can see, I only got about half of it done. But I still need to get these tomatoes staked up. So I'm going to use these bamboo poles that I have. I've got my shovel, and I'm going to go ahead and make a hole that I can stick the bamboo poles down into. It's impossible just to stick them down into the soil, so this makes it a little bit easier. Now with this first bamboo stick, I hit a rock. So I tried several spots, it wouldn't go down. So I ended up picking a different space and trying again. It turns out that the second hole that I'd kind of dug was a much easier spot, and I was able to stick the bamboo pole down into the soil and it stayed. I spent most of the morning getting these bamboo poles in and getting everything tied up. So this is where I'm going to put my last pole. If I go down any further, I sink into the mud. But I got them all tied up, and I feel like they're looking a lot better. It's now time to get the rest of my greenhouse seedlings into the ground. We're supposed to get rain tomorrow afternoon, so I'm going to get as many as I can in this afternoon and get the rest in tomorrow morning. I'm primarily putting in my cherry tomatoes today and some extra flowers. However, we got up this morning and it was raining. So that's going to be it for this video. You guys have a great day.